Hey guys, so I wanted to do a really, really good topic. A lot of you know that I have been in travel for almost 10 years. My 10-year business anniversary will be on November the 6th. So I want to just talk about today how I turned my passion of travel into income. And this is going to be part one because part two is going to be about how I turned my passion for travel into full-time income. So y'all want to stay tuned. But I want you to really just think about this. I want you to imagine when you were a little boy, when you were a little girl, right? And if you are a traveler like myself, I want you to think about your memories of when you traveled as a little girl, a little boy, right? And I want to take it back to my days when I was probably in like elementary school, I'm thinking. So I'm originally from Delaware, and every summer I would go to Philly and I would spend time with my father as well as my grandmother. I call her my mom Harvey. That was what I used to call her when she was alive, my mom. And I would spend time with my mom in Philly, right? And my greatest memories are going with her from Philly to Wildwood, New Jersey. And if you're from Jersey, you're from Philly, you're from the tri-state, you're probably like, well, that wasn't really that far, right? But what I love about travel is that when you're a parent, and I now have two young adults, our kids are going to remember those experiences more than anything. And I remember, one, my grandmother did not drive. She lived in the city. She didn't have a license. So I remember going to her house and getting on the trolley and getting on the subway and getting on the bus to go shopping. And she had her car as a little girl. But we used to take these bus trips to Wildwood, New Jersey. And times my other cousins would go with us and we would have a great time. So I want to first thank my grandmother, my mom Harvey, for exposing me to the world of travel. And I'm sure if she was still alive today, she'd probably be like, look at my girl traveling the world, right? Because another memory I have is when I was either 12 or 13, I went to Disney World for the first time. That was my first time on a flight. And guess who I was with? My mom Harvey, my mama, my uncle, my aunt, and we had an amazing time. And I remember a funny moment about that actual trip, but I'm not going to go into that now. But I want you to imagine when you were a little girl, a little boy, and you were first exposed to travel. So I feel like those experiences, helped to create the person who I am today. And from going elementary school to traveling, going to Disney World as that little girl at 12, 13 years old, when I was in college, I was always traveling. We were taking road trips back then. I remember going to Black College Weekend at Kings of Mean, in Kings of Mean, 4 hours away. I remember going to Atlanta from Delaware for All-Star Weekend and we having a road trip, right? And my fondest memories of myself is that I normally was that person booking everything. When I got older, I was booking the hotels, I was doing the research, I was doing all these different things, right? And of course, as I got older into my 20s, the travel continued. In my 30s, the travel continued. And when my daughter played AAU basketball, I was a team mom. My ex-husband was the coach. So guess what we did? We traveled all the time. And as a team mom, my responsibility was to get out there and find the hotels where we were staying as a team. And sometimes some of the girls would travel with us. I was booking all the rooms. Fast forward, when my daughter graduated from high school in 2015, my family's all in Delaware and they came to Charlotte. Guess what I did, y'all? I put a group booking into a hotel. Didn't know about this industry. Did not know at all. I have traveled internationally. When I first got my passport, we went to Jamaica. I booked it. I've been to Aruba. I went to Canada. So I was always traveling. And of course, I was always the one booking the vacations. Now, when I was introduced to this industry almost 10 years ago, I had no idea that I had been missing out on income. A lot of people don't know this. They think, oh, well, if you're a travel professional, I don't like to say I'm a travel agent because I own a travel business, right? But I am a travel professional. They automatically think that, oh, we have to pay this person a little bit more money for them to do the trip, to book the trip for me. No. Guess what, guys? I got a secret. Commissions are already there. So when I was putting those room bookings together, when my daughter played AAU basketball, guess what? The hotels were keeping the commission. When I was putting those rooms together when my daughter graduated, y'all, I had a lot of people in town. I missed out on commissions. So when I was introduced to this industry 10 years ago, it was more so for me because I love to travel. And not only that, I needed extra income. I'm a full-time social worker by day because travel is my passion. I was like, okay, I can actually do this because I'm always booking travel anyway. We did a girls trip to Miami, whatever that looked like, I was always the one putting the whole, everything together. And I'm always the organizer, right? So I decided 10 years ago to invest in this industry because one, I love to travel. Secondly, I need additional income. What I did not realize back then when I got started was that there's commissions built into every single travel transaction. Like I just said a few minutes ago, right? So I decided to invest in myself. And what I love doing now is really showing other people, the people that were like me, before this business. You know, the people who are actively booking travel, the people who are looking for extra income, the people who, you know, they're that planner. They love doing the research. I'm looking for those people. I'm looking for those people that love to help people. And I decided to turn my passion into income. And it has been a true blessing over the last 10 years, going into 10 years of being in this industry. And now, as I'm planning vacations, as I'm booking rooms, and I'm doing all these different things because travel is so broad, guess what, y'all? I come home to a commission check because it's already there. So I made a very small investment inside of an industry that costs less than my phone that I'm actually talking to you on right now. And I have a full-fledged business. So that's how I was able to turn my passion, because as you see, as a little girl, it was instilled in me. Travel became my passion. As I got older, I realized I can turn that passion into income. And I'm a social worker. I love helping people. And I'm a firm believer that if you're doing something, you have to have a passion for it, right? I have a true passion for helping people in the social work field, but now I can help people in this industry. So if you're that person, that was me. If you're that person that may not be an active traveler, but you want to travel more and you need additional income, even if you're not a traveler, guess what? You know people that do travel, right? And you need extra income. I want you to go to my site, Get Wealthy with Erin with 2 N's. I'm gonna put it right there, right here, right? .com. All of the details are there to really hear about how you can turn your passion into income. And stay tuned, because this is just one video. I'm going to come back and I'm going to talk to you all about how you can now turn your passion into full-time income, and how I was able to turn my passion for travel into full-time income in the last 10 years of almost being inside of this industry. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I look forward to talking to you soon about more topics, but enjoy your day.